Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that I received, and the translation, it reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as anonymous? I am a South African man who wants to confirm with you that indeed rituals, they do exist. The spiritual world, it is more alive than this world that we are living in right now. The matters of this world, they do not matter in the spiritual world. It might be even 0.1% of the whole world. This physical world, it is even 0.5% from the things that I have seen. So I am not like a spiritual person, and I was never a spiritual person, but simply because I wanted my baby mama back, and then I ended up at this other Sangoma's shop here in Johannesburg. I honestly did not even believe that those things, they exist. Like, you can use charms to get someone that you want back in your life. I just thought that maybe, but because of the pain that I was going through, the heartbreak, I just wanted her back. I wanted my baby mama back, and she died, and I was buried alive in Malawi. And there are many times that I see a spirit, but whenever she comes to me, she becomes a serpent, and I have to sleep with that serpent. I have since been told and given an instruction to buy a house, and in that house, there is no one who is going to be staying there. It is the snake that will be staying at that house, where I will regularly go to that house, and then I can make love to that snake. I am only aged 36 years old, and I am a man that is financially stable. The money has so many rules. There was a time when I wanted to go on a vacation to Italy. Then I will go to France and return back to my country, South Africa. But whilst I was in Italy at the airport, that was when I was told to return back. To return back, yes, I had to come back to South Africa. Why? Because I was supposed to go back to Malawi in order to fix the things that were broken. Along the way, I had spoken with this other woman, a South African woman. She was on her way going to Germany. So this woman was very much interested in me, and we had already exchanged contacts, and that was a big deal, an issue that I was supposed to go and resolve back in Malawi. I was supposed to be punished because the rules is that I am not supposed to associate myself with Christian women, especially those that pray. Even someone that even just hold her Bible and go to church, I was told to always stay clear of those women. So that vacation was cut short. I stayed in a hotel for 2 days, and I just booked my flight ticket returning back to South Africa. And then I went to Malawi, where I was given a punishment which I cannot mention here on your platform because it involves kids and stuff. And when I returned back to South Africa, then things went back into proper shape. All of my vehicles that we use in our business, none of my drivers would be able to start them, and they were stuck at a garage at that time. So fixing those cars, it meant that I had to do the things that I had to do when I was at the traditional Healer's Shrine. So I had this girl that I had dated from high school. Like, we were the classic Kasi couple. We loved each other, and it was so beautiful. She fell pregnant when she was still young, and I panicked. I don't want to lie to you. My mom, who was my stepmom, then said, "Where are you going to take your girlfriend? I don't want anyone at my house." I panicked. I cheated. She found out, and she left, and she started staying in another province. She moved to Polokwane, and she cut all ties with me, but I never stopped thinking about her. When she was there, her own auntie was a nurse. She started studying nursing, and she would call me regularly, and she wanted me to send her money, but no, I refused. At that time, I really had a very great job, and I told her that I was unable to send her money whilst she was another guy there because I knew that she had a boyfriend there, and then we stopped communicating altogether. Years later, I tried to make amends. I was now just working as a regular security guy at a warehouse. I was not doing okay at all. So I sent her money trying to seduce her. I begged her to visit or I could visit her. She ignored me. Then I saw a photo of her because she had blocked me on Facebook. So I created another account. She was with my son and a stepdad. That image broke something inside of me. I felt like she had replaced me and she had forgotten me. That was when I made the worst decision of my life. I was then told about this other guy. A colleague at work told me about the guy who had once assisted him. Even if she is married, bro, he told me that the man from Malawi could fix any problem, any kind of problem. He had a problem once with his own woman and went to that Malawian healer and everything worked out. So we went to his shop. He asked for 850. I gave it without question. He gave me a brown envelope with herbs and black powder that smelled like black pepper. And he told me to mix it, and I had to go and leave it at the grave. And I had to call her name several times, and she will start to crave for me even in her dreams. I knew that it was wrong, but I was desperate. That weekend, all of a sudden, she came to Johannesburg for her cousin's wedding. I convinced her to meet me for the sake of our son. I still remember I wrote on WhatsApp, please, for the sake of our son. Then she came to my place and I mixed the powder into her meat. When I cooked for her, she did not even finish her plate. She did not want to eat, but I just said, you know what? You just need to eat this so that you and we can be on good books with each other. I'm not even trying to sleep with you or to do anything. We are parents. We have to start co-parenting. And she said it was fine. So after that, that was when she left. But she told me whilst she was on the bus that she was having stomach cramps and she was not okay. She then passed away, food poisoning. And when I heard that she had passed away, that was really terrible. I collected my son and my son started staying with my mom. In time, that was when I started to see her spirit. And I went back to that Malawian man, and that Malawian man told me that her ancestors had tried to protect him. And when they saw that they were unable to protect her, they opted that she dies. It was far much better for her to die than for her to return back to me. And I kept on seeing a spirit. This man then told me that there was no way that he could fight with a spirit whilst he was here in South Africa, for the ancestors were quite powerful and we were supposed to go to Malawi. We went into Malawi, mind you, no passport, nothing, just went on this other Malawian bus until we traveled across 3 countries and we arrived in Malawi. When we arrived at that village, at his compound, his father was also a Sangoma, but this man, he only had one eye. He had 2 eyes, but the other one was totally closed. He was blind in that eye and he was really old. Then I was told that since I was already dead, I was supposed to be buried. I asked what it meant by me being dead already, and then the man that had gone with me to Malawi told me that the woman that I had killed, that woman, she had marked me for dead. So there is a cleansing ceremony that was supposed to be done. They prepared a grave, but it was not too deep, just enough. And then they lined that grave with goat skins that were fresh. A goat had been killed and a coffin was made. And then I was stripped naked. They took the flesh of that goat and then they started rubbing it on my body, and then I was placed into that coffin. The meat of that goat was placed on top of me, and then I was buried. They started to speak in their language that I could not understand, and I was told that I was going to be buried alive for 3 days. I was going to meet the spirits. If they accepted me, I was going to come back. If not, I was told that they were just going to leave me there. Oh my God, I was so scared. I was placed there. I was wrapped inside a white cloth. My arms were tied so that whenever those maggots will be eating at me, then I won't be able to do anything. I was placed inside. I don't know how to explain what happened inside that grave. The first few hours, I was very panicking and I could not move. I could not breathe or do anything. I wanted to go out, but there was no one who could answer me, even though I was crying. Then there was silence. I started to feel as if I was moving down. I looked to the sides and I saw the people that had died. Do you know that when someone has died, there is a place where there is a big hole where you go into the earth? For inside the earth, I saw that there are people that stays there, a lot of people. The earth is even bigger than what they tell us at school. So I started moving towards that place, and then that was when I was stopped. I was told to return back because my time had not yet arrived. When I thought that I just walked maybe for about an hour, no, this was like 3 days. This world that we are living is like when you live for 3 days in that world, maybe it can be minutes or even an hour, because I walked for a very long distance. And then that was when I was taken out of that grave and I was told that it had been 3 days already. 3 days already had gone just like that. When they took me out, I don't know how I survived, but I was told that I had survived and now I could make money. I stayed there in Malawi for 2 months and I was repaying him because I was supposed to give him money, and also I had to work at his compound. So they trained me how to head cattle, how to go and collect some firewood from the mountains, until when he said that I was done. I then returned back to Johannesburg. When I returned back, I was given a charm. This charm, I keep it in my wallet at all the times, so I can get even money out of nowhere. I can just pick up money. Usually when I pick up money in my house, I can pick up 7.5, and this can happen constantly for more than 20 days, each and every day, 7.5, 7.5. And when I see that it has been 20 days, then I take out the charm out of my wallet. When I want money, then I put it again, but there are painful rituals that I have to perform after that. Whenever I sleep with a woman, I do not enjoy, because it becomes so painful. That time when I was buried inside that coffin, there were some maggots that entered into my private parts. So these maggots, they go out when I sleep with a woman. They will start to crawl out of my manhood, and it is very painful. Just when I am about to finish, those maggots, they return back and they will enter into my private parts. This is very painful, such that I start to penetrate that woman as slowly as possible so that she won't notice that I am in pain. But I have to complete that ritual in order for me to keep on with this existence of having money. I bought a house in Senton as well. That is where my offices are. I don't sleep much. Every 10 days, I have to go into the bushes to slaughter a chicken. And when I slaughter that chicken, sometimes I can see that woman who was my baby mama. She can come to me. And now I was told that I need to get a house in an area where it is not even busy at all. And when I get that house, that is where she is going to be placed in the body of a snake. If it is a python, it will be for the better. Then I would go there. When I go there, I park my car outside. I have to walk inside that house totally naked. I was told that this I can do at night, but if I am brave, I can do it during the day. Then I will go there, park my car, remove my clothes whilst I'm still in the car. Then I walk inside naked. If I am not brave, I walk into the yard, then I park the car, then I will enter into the house, which has to be big, where the snake will be waiting for me, and then we make it love to each other, for she is my wife. The snake will become my wife. I have already selected a house. It is quite big. What I like about that house, even though it is in a gated community, most of the houses, they don't have like big dural holes, but that one, it is a nice dural, and I see that I can park my car at the back, right at the back, such that no one will see me. Then I can enter into that mansion using the back door, and I can enter inside. So that is the house that I have been thinking of purchasing as I have been instructed. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our brother right there. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. Yo.